recorded? Yes? Okay, perfect. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining this webinar. There might be some people are still coming in because they're having 16 registrations, but it's already quite a big audience. Thank you very much, Christina, for organizing and doing this webinar. It's going to be about an alternative way of also having an education program. It's a virtual one, and you call it Expanding Borders because I can imagine it gives you many more opportunities. And so, you know, Christina is a call head keeper and also is the responsible communication person at Fundación Mona, and is the person that developed this program. So she can tell us all about it. Thank you very much. I think it will take, as you said, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes with some questions at the end, right? It's better if we concentrate the questions, right, Christina, at the end?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
So excellent. Thank you, Olga, and thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I would like to explain a little bit what we are doing with this new educational program. We call it virtual because in Spanish makes sense. Maybe in English would be more like online or live education program, but you will see, okay? So let me show you the presentation. Let's go one by one. For the people who doesn't know Mona, this is our 4 pillars. This is how we work, okay? But today we're going to be focusing on education. Of course, we are a rescue and rehabilitation center. We work with primates, and also we have efforts on conservation and on training with courses, with masters in the university, with some diplomas as well with other universities. And then we have our own research unit. And this research is focused on the welfare of these animals. And yeah, but mainly today we're going to be talking about education, okay? We believe strongly in the power of education to lead a change in society. I can tell myself, I've been in Mona for over 20 years, and I can tell the difference between the first visits that we were running here at the sanctuary and the visits nowadays, okay? We can tell there's been an improvement. We can tell there's been a difference in how Spanish people are perceiving nature and primates and wild animals, okay? So it's worth the effort. This is what we do, visits not only for private people, but also for schools. And today we're going to be talking especially on the education we do for children, for schools, okay? At Mona, we are lucky enough to have all the days during the year already booked, okay? Every single day of the yearly course, when there's schools in Spain, we have bookings here at Mona. So our visits are always with, they're always guided. We never have people walking around alone at Mona, okay? And the sanctuary, it's only open when we do the guided visits, when people book a visit so they can come and see, but the aim of these visits are educational.
Christina, sorry to interrupt you, but it's being asked in the chat if you got it, Nicola. Perfect. Because if people, it is possible for each of us to select that we see Christina big and her presentation. Did it work? Everybody can do it. Yeah, because then it's easier to follow up on the presentation. Okay, great. Sorry for the interruption.
Don't worry. So what I was saying is that we can tell that the effort is worth it because we not only feel it, but we can prove it because with our research team, we have been doing over the years some studies to tell if the people visiting Mona or what they learn after the visit, okay? So we do this by making tests before they start the visit and by making tests afterwards. So we are positive that the visits have an impact. So the thing is that we do have an impact here at the sanctuary, but if we have visits every day of the year, um, we have a limit, and the limit, we decided ourselves that we didn't want to have lots of people at the sanctuary, because it's a sanctuary. That's the idea, no? So we only accept one class per day over the year. Uh, of course, you have to make the numbers. That's a limited number. There's a top of number of people, or children, or students that can come to visit us. Also, the limit of this education message is geographical, because only schools that are around the area, that are like 1 hour and a half, maximum 2 hours away from Mona, can come and enjoy a visit here. Okay. And also, we were thinking of the children that maybe are in schools that cannot live, or maybe they have less money, or maybe they are disabled, or maybe they are ill. Who knows? So there's always children that are that cannot come to Mona. So this is when we decided to break down barriers and start working online. Okay. Um, I have to say that we are very happy with how this project has been received, and how many doors is open to Mona. Okay. So let's say that tomorrow you start your virtual program. Okay. I'm going to explain the needs and what we had to do to start something like this. Okay. First of all, it was very important to us not to, it says, cannibalize the face-to-face visits, meaning that all the schools that already visit us every year, we don't want them to disappear from the sanctuary. So this, the content that we are providing online on streaming, is not the same content that we provide when people come to visit Mona. Okay. You need a place where teachers can go and find the content that you are going to work. That's what we said, a virtual campus. And at the beginning, we were looking which software or which programs were the Spanish schools using the most. And at that moment, it was Moodle. I have to say that Moodle is a bit tricky. I don't know if you've used to if you work with Moodle. It's a free software, but that means that it's really difficult to program, because it's open, and it's been a challenge to us. So what we're doing now at this moment is we're working on a new website, and we've built ourselves a campus that we can control, and it's easier and it's more friendly to us. So, but anyway, at the end of the day, you need somewhere on the cloud, somewhere online, where the teachers that are going to be doing these visits can find also this information. Okay. The online visits, they need to be enjoyable. They need to be dynamic. That means that we don't translate a normal visit that you would do here face-to-face to an online visit. That would be so boring. And especially if you're talking to children, children, they get bored after 3 minutes. So the visits are done in a way that we use videos, we use the cameras, we really want to talk with them. So it's not a video that they see, it's us, it's the expert talking to them and working on the visit. Okay. I have to say that this visit, this online visit, we call it the experts hour. But there's more, we will see later. Okay. And of course, you need enough quality to be talking to them online. So we also needed to change the internet connection, because for those of you who hadn't come to Mona yet, I have to say that we are kind of in the middle of nowhere. We're not that far away from the town, but there's no wire, there's no cable. I don't know how you say. The internet connection was really bad. So now we are with satellite internet to be able to do these new visits online. And also we had to get some high resolution cameras. For those who started, who entered the meeting early, you could see a little bit of these cameras. But if you let me, I'm going to show you how they work. Okay, because it's really, really nice to see them live. So 1 second, here they go. Now it's a little bit to zoom in. let me show you. This is live, this at this moment at Mona. And let me zoom out so you can see completely. Well, these are the really cute feet of Tom. And next to him is Victor. But let me zoom out so you can see our sanctuary and our rescue teams. Let's see where they are. So we have different cameras. We have some cameras that are smaller, well, not smaller, but are, whoa, too fast. Sorry. That are at some points, I'm going to show you. Well, now you can see some children that are visiting us. And this is the type of visit that we do in small groups, always respectful. Okay. So this is the set of cameras that we have. And we have cameras that are always pointing on a certain spot. Here we can see the end of the mechanism enclosure. Here you can see the same tower from a different view with Tom and Victor. See, here you can see one of the puzzles. So when we are doing some studies of cognition with these puzzles, researchers don't even need to come to Mona. They can do it from their home to observe what they're doing on the puzzles. They could do it. Okay. And this, no, this is the other one. Okay, so this is the cameras. Okay, but then this is the one that I can move around to find the chimpanzees. Today is really, really sunny. So it's not the best conditions, okay, to see them, but it only takes a little longer to the system, to focus on the chimps. So because it's so sunny, so hot, of course they're going to be in the shade. One sec. One second, and now it's getting the rope. This is Marco. A ver si puedo un poquito más. Okay. Maybe he has something on his feet. But yeah, so you get an idea on how this system works. And you can imagine children getting really excited to see all these animals in real time. Okay. Let's go to the other side. As the visitors. I promise we'll have chimpanzees, eh? But now it's like almost 40 degrees, and the only primate that is stupid enough to go in the sun in the summer is us, the humans. Okay, so here they are. Gonna live with a nice, cute feet. Oh, yeah. Can you see he has a little wound as well? Okay. So this is an idea, or you can get an idea of what we do here. Okay. And getting back to the visits, this is the cameras that I was mentioning. This is the type of cameras that we have. They call Hikvision, but I guess on your countries you might get something similar, okay? But I tell you, if you want to do something like this, you need to go for the best quality cameras, okay? So this is the dome. This is the one that you can turn around 360. They can record over 2 months. You have the data collected 24 hours. And these are the ones that are looking to a spot itself. And here what we have is videos that we have recorded that we can also use when you want to talk about, I don't know, cognition, or how they use enrichment, or how they use tools. Then if they're not using them at the right moment, then we can go as well and use them for to make the visit more dynamic and more entertainment. Vale? And here's the other one. I don't know why it's not running. You see, you get special moments like these, like Nico and on the right playing with Coco. So yeah, it's really helpful, really helpful. See how they're playing? That was 2021. And they play, but maybe not when you are doing the visit with the children. So that's regarding the experts hour. Okay, that's regarding the visit when they connect with us from the school. But remember that I was telling you that we have some content that is online. Okay, and this content we've designed it in two different ways. Why? One way is curricular. That means that we did all the materials under the Spanish education law requirements. Okay, what does this mean? That let's say that I'm a teacher and I'm going to be studying next month ecosystems, or I want to be studying I don't know, evolution, and many other things that you might be surprised, because we can even work on technology classes. Okay, so it's a different way for the students to approach a class. Okay, and also it's very handy for the teachers because they don't have to prepare anything, because it's already prepared for them. And with the curricular sessions, they can be working on the subject between 5 to 7 days. Okay, so that means that on our campus online, they go before we do the experts hour. They can go to, well, they have to go to the campus online and get material to be working the subject before they do the connection. Okay, they will be having questions, and they will be working on problems, and the answer to those questions and problems will be during the experts hour. Okay, depending on the subject they want to work, the visit is going to be different. And then after the experts hour, they finish the sessions in the school, and that's a way to finish to learn everything that they need to learn. Okay, but also with the material that we provide. And then we have the non-curricular. The non-curricular activities are only the experts hour, but also depending on different subjects. Okay, and that's very easy to fit, as I say here, any moment of the year. They don't need to be working on ecosystems, because maybe they did already on September and they want to do this visit on February. So there's no problem. They can also have this easier connection, and they don't need all the material on the campus online. And normally in Spain, the duration of the classes is 50-55 minutes. So that's what we do when we have the connection with them. That it's 55 minutes, the hour of the expert. So this is some kind of example of the things that we do. Okay, with the sheets. This is some of the examples of videos that we also use during the classes, depending on the subject that we're talking about. So we are also relying on other media, other materials, okay, to make it more entertaining. And I would like to show you now as how is the website where they can find all this information. Okay, 1 second, that I've lost you now. Here. Okay, so this is our website. This is the new website that we are working. This is the part of education and the online visits. And you might get this possibility. It depends on the school, that they have only one big screen, and our teacher, our expert, is talking from the screen. Okay, or in other schools, every children has their own computer, so it depends on the school, but it works anyways. So here are some of our programs, okay, that we can offer online. And let's check this one, for instance. Every activity that we provide, as I said, is different. And of course, it depends on the age of the children. It's going to be one way or another. Okay. I have to say that now we are working on this website and it's slightly slower because it's not on the main server. See, so it explains for the children, this is primary school. So rebuilding the forest, the jungle, and explains why, the curricular justification, what does it include, objectives, okay, other things. And okay. So here we go. Let's go back here. Okay. 1 second. Hello. So I'm going to move to the next slide. Let me do it. Sorry, yeah. Okay. And this is it. And this is the example of our visits for the students to be doing one of our online visits. So in this school, it's a secondary school, every student has the computer, and as you can see, our expert, you can see us and our expert talking with them, okay, and explaining. And it's very easy, you know, they ask to talk, because as I said, it's very important to us that it's dynamic and it works and it's fun for the children, and also that is useful for the teachers. Okay. And this is this office where I am at this moment, and this is how it feels, the place where we do these visits. Okay. And how I can see you now, well, this was for the students. Okay. So with this kind of visits, we've been connecting with students in the States. There's a school from San Francisco that are repeating every course, with France, with England, of course in Spain, okay, in the islands in Spain. So we are really happy to be providing this new service. And very soon in September, we are going to be providing this service in the hospitals for children in Spain, in Catalonia. We started in Catalonia, but of course it's going to be open for every hospital for children anywhere in Spain or in the world. But we're going to be starting step by step, especially, well, first in Catalonia. So these children that cannot leave, that are in the hospitals, at least once every 2 weeks, can come and see, you know, like leave the hospital for an hour. Okay. And that's it. Half an hour, no? So if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, please feel free to do it.
Are there any questions? Carolina? No? I think Carolina.
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You said the Moodle was too difficult to program, and now you're using your web page instead for the virtual campus. Do you have your own IT team that takes care of it, or is there a special web page somehow pre-designed you could buy and use?
No, at this moment, because we are working on the new website, we hired someone to build the new website. So yeah, it had a cost. But before, we were doing with Moodle, and of course we are biologists, we are psychologists, we are vets, but we are not, you know, IT. So it was a bit tricky to us. It was a bit too effort, and it didn't look nice. It looked a bit, you know, but there are free softwares that you can use if you are, you know, if you are used to do it. But no, at this moment we change it to our website.
Okay, thank you.
Are there more questions? Katerina?
It's just to congratulate you for everything that you have done. It looks really, really impressive and looks really, really nice. But I want to ask you how you managed to build the content of who help you to do it, because I can see that it's for different age group. And how did this happen, this process?
Sorry, I couldn't hear very well. Did anyone hear better than me? Olga?
She is asking how was the process to develop all the different educational materials, because they are also for different ages and they follow the curriculum, right, Katerina? So it looks like it's very professional, you know.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
did you develop it yourself? Did you get help from teachers?
Yes.
How did you do it?
Yes, Katrina, we made an effort from the very beginning to have an educational department here at Mona. So our educators are biologists or archaeologists, but they also have a master's in teaching. So it was easy because we had the people ourselves here, and they were working over the summer, the first summer, because we didn't have schools here because there was the Corona moment. So that was the perfect time to make real our projects that we had in the past. But because we didn't have children here, it was the perfect moment for our professional educators to work on these proposals.
So
But also, you don't need to go that far away. If you want to start doing something with cameras, I recommend you to start with the Experts Hour, because it's very popular. It's easy and it's super, and you can go anywhere. You can show your animals and your projects around the world and work for the education. And it's super, it's simple. I mean, you have to make the investment in the cameras, and in a good computer, you know, like there's some minimums, but you don't need to be working all the way in the curricular programs. With the online visits, I recommend you, if you want to start, I would start with something like this.
Thank you. You used the coronavirus time very wisely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Cristina, these expert hours, how are the students free to participate and ask questions as they want, or is it a more structured and guided moment in which the expert explains what they want to, how does that work?
It depends on the age of the children, of course, and it depends on the moment of the interaction of the hour, no? And also it depends on the expert, because some people prefer to speak first and then have a round for questions. You know, some classes of children are very chaotic and they need to have more rules. Some are very well behaved and it's very easy. So, as I said, it has to be entertaining for the children. It's not like a master class and they have to be like this. So we really want these visits to be fun and to be an experience and be entertainable.
So you discuss it with the teacher in advance, how to organize it, how to present it.
And also it depends on the system they have. Let's say they all have, let me show you again this. If they have their own computers, then what? Sorry, back. Hola, cannot do it. Let me not show you. 1 second again. Now, so if they need to have the headphones.
Yes.
Okay. And but here there's no sound, but they're like saying hola, hola, and then they raise their hand when they want to talk, like a normal class, really. So there's moments that they need to listen. There are moments they can ask. There are moments where they are asked questions and they need to see. Here they're like me. I know.
I see it.
So For this
Okay.
age, I have to say it's really nice.
And when do you start? As from what age?
We offer from small, P3, I don't know in English.
So small?
They are 3 years
Also
old.
virtual.
Yes, but it's much easy, and we start with the story of Bongo, because we have what's the word? We have a storybook for children about Bongo and one about Africa. So it's cartoons, and it's more like we're explaining the el conte, com es diu?
Storytelling.
The story,
Yes.
like the book. So but that's not the objective, really, of these visits. We offer them as well because, teachers want to do something that is related with animals, but that doesn't mean going to a zoo or something like this. And they want to do something. They are crazy to do something. I have to say, for me, it's not the best to prepare something for children that young. Even in when they come to visit, they are really young. They're too young. They don't really get everything. So when they're like 6, 7, or 11, 12, this is excellent ages because they really understand and they really want to make a difference, an impact on after what they've learned.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks. And just I have one last question, because you had the cameras before you started this program, or you bought them specifically for that?
No, we bought them.
For this.
Because this was something really new, we even had the press to come, and the national press, they came to see this new project and they were really impressed. So it was on the news all over Spain. And we bought these cameras, but then we asked for the Catalan government, not the Catalan small town government, I don't know how to say it, Diputació, I have no idea. Like
more
the
regional,
Shire,
the more regional government.
like a Shire government,
Hmm.
to pay for the cameras. So they gave us this grant to pay the cameras.
Well, nicely organized. Very good. But is there a question, Leona?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can see you.
Because I was joining over Firefox before, and now I'm over Microsoft Edge, and over Firefox nothing worked. So I tried to ask my questions in the chat. How do you measure the knowledge of the students before you do the programs? You said you have a kind of test. How does a test work?
I have to say that we've only done it so far with the visits that come to Mona. Okay, we haven't started with the online visits yet. But they have a questionnaire and they have questions. So they before they do the visit, they answer what they believe, and then afterwards they get the same tests. So we can see there's a difference in the answers and that they have learned after the visit. We've done this with private visitors and also with the schools. And with the schools, we have seen that the people who know better are the girls that learn better during those years, like 8, 12 years, is the girls that get most of this information.
And is the test right afterwards or like 2 weeks later?
Afterwards, you mean after they leave Mona?
Yeah, like directly after they leave the door, or is it like a few weeks after?
If I'm not wrong, we do it before they leave, if I'm not wrong. But if you want more information about this, I can ask for the person who is in charge, because this is inside a PhD program, and I can ask them more information about this and get it to know
Yeah,
to
that would
you
be
guys.
great. Yes, because we are trying to evaluate our own programs as well, and we still haven't figured out a way to measure the learning, the learning process. So that might be a good thing.
Which animals do you work with?
I work for the Foundations for Bears, so
Okay.
I work in Vorbis with the visitors.
Okay.
Yeah. And how do you advertise your online programs? Over which platforms?
We do on our platforms. In Spain, Instagram is the biggest, okay? But that doesn't mean that we don't have others. We have all of them, I have to say. And then we ask influencers on education, on green education, to also mention us. We are working with the Catalan Green Schools, which is a net of schools that are more environmentally friendly or more concerned about nature. So we also work with them. With meetings. I mean, we have to be working very hard. I have to say, it's not been easy peasy because our visits here, no problem. We're fully booked every year. This is, well, we're starting. Also, when we started with a face-to-face visits, we were not fully booked as we are now. So this is growing, and I'm happy to say that the schools that already did the online visits, now they do it every year. So it's working. Yeah.
Yeah, because we also developed an online program during the Corona times, and we did had a few sessions at the beginning, but now that the doors are open again, it's not really booked anymore.
Yes, and it makes sense. When everything was open, we also were these visits were left behind because, of course, we all wanted to go to see, to go to places and not be at home. And schools, it was the same. It's like, no, we want children to be out. Now they find it really handy to be able to connect from anywhere in the world with our sanctuary. So it's the craziness of of leaving the house and leaving internet behind. Now it's like again stable and normalized. So we have ahead a lot to grow in this area, but it's working well.
You're very impressive with you.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Carolina, one more question.
Yeah, one more. If a teacher chooses the curricular subject to work on, you said it takes 5 to 7 days and they can simply work on the platform. Do they always have an expert hour at the end of the week, or are there also programs which the teachers explore on their own without consultations or live meetings from your side?
No, what we do is we provide activities that they need to work on in class, and then we do the expert hour, and the way that they repeat every year as well, and they don't just use our material for free every year, is that the children, the students, have the answers to the problems, to the questions that are over the process, no, over the days that they've been working with our material. So all these answers are going to be during the visit with the expert, okay? And then to consolidate everything, they have a final activity, but after the online visit.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, so
I have
if
to
there
say
are no...
just one thing that I
Go
forgot
ahead.
to explain. As well as we have a limit of people here when they visit Mona face to face, we have a limit of children that can be doing the activity at the same time. So that means that we cannot be the schools. Let's say there's a big school, they cannot use a big forum class and have 200 children there, because then it's not going to work. So we say maximum 2 classes at a time. Okay, so that's maximum 50 children at a time. That's what we recommend. Okay,
Good point. Thanks. Okay, so if there are no questions, I agree. It's very impressive. It looks like you are developing something really interesting that I think some others can see and can get some inspiration. Thanks. And as you know, if you have colleagues that couldn't join today, we're going to send the recorded webinar. Okay, so you can keep an eye on that. All right. Thanks, Christina. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.